Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Astrology News Report, presenting an alternate view of world events as seen through the lens of Vedic astrology. I'm Ron Berger. Today is May 28th, 2023. In this report, we'll take a look at what's coming up in the zodiac for June 2023. But before we begin, an important note to all viewers. The weekly videos on this channel are available to people who donate to the channel. You are watching the once-a-month free public video. If you would like to have access to the upcoming month's weekly reports, stick around for the link at the end of this video to make your donation. Thanks. As the month of June begins, we have a couple of powerful planetary patterns already in play. Jupiter is conjunct Rahu, the eclipse point, in sidereal Aries, and Mercury is nearly conjunct Uranus, also in sidereal Aries. In Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of increase, wealth, truth, justice, and wisdom. Rahu, on the other hand, is one of the malefics. It's one of the eclipse points, and as an eclipse point, Rahu darkens, obscures, and distorts the significations of whatever it combines with. In Vedic mythology, Rahu is a dragon. He's one of the demons. Demons are selfish, immoral, and corrupt. So obviously, Rahu conjunction with Jupiter is going to damage Jupiter. Also, demons have great desire. They want what they want and will do whatever they have to get it. Thus, Rahu becomes an indicator of urgency, even emergency. This problematic Jupiter-Rahu combination has been manifesting most recently as the United States debt crisis. As the planet of prosperity, Jupiter represents banks and bonds. Rahu is a significator of urgency and emergency. Jupiter and Rahu move in opposite directions through the zodiac. But since they move so slowly, they will still be in close conjunction through most of June. So there's still plenty of time left for more urgency-type events associated with this combination. The other conjunction, already in progress at the beginning of June, is Mercury conjunct Uranus. The exact conjunction is on June 4th. Mercury is the planet of rational thinking and making reasoned decisions. Uranus is the planet of freedom and rebellion. Thus, Mercury combined with Uranus gives us independent, rebellious thinking. Mercury is also the planet of communications and therefore the media. Uranus is the planet of sudden, unexpected events. Put them together and you get dramatic, even shocking media reports. So we can expect some radical attitudes, fast-moving events, and difficulty finding common ground during the first week of June. This obviously has implications when it comes to, for instance, Congress voting on any debt ceiling compromise. On June 7th, Mercury gets away from Uranus when it changes signs and moves into sidereal Taurus, and the excitement should die down a bit. Taurus is a practical earth sign with emphasis on conventional goals, material rewards, and prosperity. So Mercury, the planet of rationality, communications, ideas, and decision-making, will be more stable in this sign for its significations. Venus changes signs at the end of May, entering sidereal Cancer on May 30th. By doing so, Venus has joined Mars in this sector of the zodiac. Venus and Mars are opposites. Venus is the planet of harmony and agreement. Mars is the planet of force and aggression. Of the two planets, Mars is intrinsically the stronger. So Venus loses out in this combination. That means that harmony and agreement are going to be harder to achieve during the month of June. Also, Mars coarsens the qualities of Venus, bringing out the more negative side of Venus, like selfishness, pleasure-seeking, vanity, and jealousy. As we get further into June, Venus gets closer and closer to Mars, and the effect of Mars on Venus gets more intense. Finally, at the end of June, Mars changes signs, moving into Leo, and Venus gets some relief, but only for a week, because then it too will move into Leo and join Mars again in early July. Saturn is stationary during June, in other words, appears to not be moving in the zodiac. And that's because in the middle of the month, Saturn begins a retrograde period at 13 degrees sidereal Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of social consciousness and has a lot of connection with societal movements and civic structures like democracy. In the USA astrology chart, Aquarius is the third house sign. The third house signifies the country's neighbors, in other words, Canada, Mexico, Cuba, and the Central American countries. The third house is also transportation and communication within the country. Saturn is the planet of structure and the established order. Saturn is the planet of control. Saturn is the planet of harsh realities and suffering. On the southern border, refugees from neighboring countries and beyond have gathered en masse with the intention of immigrating to the USA. The situation is getting rather dire, with the physical state of the refugees deteriorating while the U.S. government dithers over how to apply changing immigration laws and rules. Saturn is the planet of regulations and harsh realities and suffering, but also persistence and time. And when Saturn is retrograde, everything gets delayed even more. So, don't expect any swift resolution to the crisis at this time. Okay, so there's a brief look at planetary patterns for June 2023. And here's a description of what's coming up in June's videos. June 4th, Venus transiting in Cancer and the effects for your rising sign chart. June 11th, current transits and their effects on world events. June 18th, an update on Donald Trump's chart and the 2024 federal election. June 25th, preview of planetary patterns for July 2023. You'll not want to miss out on all these great upcoming videos, so if you would like to have access to June's weekly reports, donate $20 by clicking on or touching the donation card you see at the end of this video, which will take you to the donation page. And if $20 for a month is too much for you, you can donate $10. The link to each week's report will be sent to you via your email. Here's the link. Just click or touch the card, which will take you to the donation page. And if the card does not appear or doesn't work, you can find the link in the comment section below. Thank you, and until next week.